I'm Beverly.
And I'm Sonia.
And today we are dishing with you from Old Glory, located at 3139 M Street Northwest in Georgetown.
And there's a lot of glory here at Old Glory. In fact, that's what this platter is called. We've got chicken, we've got collard greens, we've got ribs, we've got kielbasa and pork, brisket,
and
turkey.
For the vegetarians, you know, a little succotash.
Yes, absolutely. And cornbread with honey peach butter.
That's right.
Don't forget the frickles.
So
Don't
good.
forget the frickles.
Oh, how can we forget the frickles? It's what we are enjoying the most.
Fried pickles. Yum. Yum, yum, yum.
And you're probably getting a little thirsty right about now, so leave some room for the 102 kinds of bourbons that you can try. If you try it within a year, you get your name commemorated on a plaque, so you can remember your name after 102 bourbons.
Gotta love All-American barbecue.
Absolutely, and it's authentic bourbon and barbecue.
And our guest today is Flo Stone. She's the founder of the Environmental Film Festival. Welcome. And thank you for being here.
This is great.
So we've just finished, I know, is this part of the festival? We've just finished the award seasons for all of the films, and now we're ready for the Environmental Film Festival.
Absolutely.
So what should we look forward to in your festival?
Well, you can see Ben Affleck and Terrence Malick's new film, To the Wonder, which is premiering during the festival.
Really?
Yes.
So, tell us a little bit more about the festival and why DC needs an environmental film festival.
Why did I think up?
Yeah.
Well, I think the environment is overarching, gets into everything. There are films on issues, there are films on animals, there are films, animated films, films for kids. And we're showing them at 75 different locations, 190 films from 50 countries.
Wow, and they're all centered on the environment.
Yes.
Is there any one particular part of the environment? I mean, are a lot of them on climate change or?
Right. Our theme this year is rivers and watersheds. So we have about 40 films on that subject, all different kinds of films. And we're also doing a program in conjunction with the Smithsonian called Earth Matters about Africa, films about Africa by African filmmakers. And so that's an exciting thing.
So DC has so many film festivals. This one in particular is about the environment, which is very important, as you said. But you're going to be doing events all around town at venues all over town, right?
Right.
And how many films are going to be in this film festival?
190.
190.
We're premiering 110 films. They're either world premieres or U.S. premieres or Washington premieres.
So these aren't films that possibly were up for a Golden Globe or an Oscar. These are things that we'll maybe be seeing in a year.
African Queen's in it.
Okay.
That was one. I mean, they're films that have won Oscars. And that kind of gears, it's fun to have the Oscars just before in a certain way. It gears you up to think about film. And it also, because of all the awards, it makes you think about the complexity of film, the music, the animation, the actors, and documentaries, of course, which are, the majority of the films are really wonderful array of documentary films.
And with hundreds of films, of course, you're going to have filmmakers and actors, I'm sure, coming into town.
200 special guests. Now it's up to 95 and counting filmmakers, and that's just a wonderful part of it. Because the idea is to go and see the film, but also to engage in the conversation, hear from the people that know best about the subject of the film and who made it.
How has the festival grown? This is not the first year. You've done this before. So how much bigger?
It's the 21st year.
We've seen that frog.
Started 21 years ago, and it's grown every single year since. And it's a collaborative program with about 110 organizations, and it's mostly free. 85% of the films are free.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So it's a community event.
Right.
You mentioned that Ben Affleck was in one of these movies, but can you and you mentioned another one that we may have heard of from
The African Queen.
The African Queen, but tell us a little bit more about some of the films and maybe do you have a personal favorite?
Well, there's a fascinating film called The King's Necklace from Gabon. It's the first time a feature film from Gabon has been shown. That'll be shown at E Street. There's the photographer Jans Bertrand, Arthurs Bertrand, who does the photographs from the sky, very famous with Parry Match, has two incredible films. One is called A Thirsty Planet that will be shown at the French Embassy, and a second one called Ocean Planet that will be shown at the Natural History Museum about oceans. They're extraordinary films.
You mentioned East Street and now the French Embassy. Where are some of the other places that you can go to see the films?
Well, you know, 75 places, museums, embassies, libraries, international institutions, theaters, schools, universities, the Gala, the Atlas, the
All
Ark.
over town, no matter where you are, somewhere near you, right?
Yeah.
So bringing awareness must have been what you started this film festival.
You know, to really understand the importance of the environment, that it affects us all. We all have to care about it. We're part of it. It's so vital. And that film is the most wonderful way to explore it. And so a film festival is, in the beginning people would say, why environment in film? And then you'd say, come to the films. See, look.
Well, how have you seen environmental films change over the last 21 years?
Well, one thing is the whole technology is completely different than it was 21 years ago. I mean, the filming underwater, from the sky, and space. We have a film about called Lunarcy. It's about people obsessed by the moon, and this kind of filming. But also the interest has grown. There's a great deal more interest in environmental concerns, and some extraordinary films about sense of place and landscape and animal life and vital issues such as mining, aluminum and uranium and coal mining. So the range is huge.
So if many of the events are free, you still probably have to buy a ticket, I'm sure.
No.
Or not buy a ticket, I'm sorry. Register for a ticket.
Yeah. You need to look at the program, which is www.dcenvironmentalfilmfest.org, because a lot of the films are free, but you need to reserve a spot.
There's only so many seats.
And 11 embassies, for instance, are involved, and that's all free. But you need to reserve a spot. So it's important to look at the program that everyone does that.
Okay, so there really is a lot going on. You said 75 different locations, 100 and something different films, and we've mentioned the website, but let's just give it one more time so everyone knows where to go and how they can plan their week during March 12th through the 24th.
dcenvironmentalfilmfest.org, and there will add when filmmakers, for instance, today 3 filmmakers signed up. As soon as they say they're coming, we put them right up on the website.
So there could still be even more.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, it's very exciting, something that's very important to the world today. In 21 years, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for being
Thank
with
you for
us.
having me.
As always, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And thank you for being with us this time. Tell us who you think we should be dishing with next time.